Are you tired? Yeah? Okay. Hey everyone, how are ya? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing better. Why? Because this morning, which was afternoon in the UK, SimonScholesVlogs was another YouTuber, was being a DJ on Jack FM in Berkshire. I say Berkshire, they say Berkshire. Why do you say different? Like clerk is clock. It's not spelled with an A, people. Well, those silly people in the UK. Really? Really? So silly. Yes. Anyway, I was listening to Jack FM through the internet, and they have a really good playlist, and it cheered me up a lot. A lot. It cheered me up so much that I actually felt benevolent and wonderful and kind, and I took some panettone over to my mom's house. Panettone is, I guess, an Italian version of the sweetbread cake type thing with fruit in it that people, different nationalities, make at holiday time. The Czechs have one, we called it hoska. And apparently the Germans make a stolen version, which is a long, thin, well, my brother David sent a stolen for Christmas, and it has fruit that's been soaked in rum. Woohoo! You could taste it too. And it had cinnamon and sugar on top. Well, I took my panettone pieces over, and I sliced some pieces of the stolen thing, and we did a taste test comparison. And they're really good, both of them in their own right. So we did that, and then Richard was milling around in the kitchen, and Mom said, "You want to stay for your show, which is Jeopardy?" She knows I like to watch Jeopardy at 4:30, and I said, okay, because it was 10 after 4 at that time. So I turned the station on. She has cable and a million stations, so I just turned it on Channel 5, NBC, here in St. Louis, so that I could watch Jeopardy. I turned the sound off until it would start. And Richard comes down the hallway at 1:15 with 2 cups of coffee, one for Mom and one for himself. And he's grousing. He goes, "Oh God, this crap. What crap are you?" And he goes, "Oh." I said, "Mom said Jeopardy's coming on." And he goes, "Oh, Rain Man, Rain Man." And he's making fun of me because I know a lot of answers and I don't know how I know them, but I do. So he's pissing and moaning about it, and he goes, "Well, you better get all the answers right or we're turning the channel right away." And I held up the remote and like down the shirt. And he goes, "Oh, now we're going to have to fumigate and sterilize it." And we watched Jeopardy, and of the columns of information, there are 2 or 3 that I had no knowledge of at all. I don't have cable TV, so that kind of stuff I don't know. And there's certain science things that I have forgotten. I used to even know chemistry a long time ago. I could do equations and everything. But, if you don't use it, you lose it. But the things that I did know, I knew everything in the column. And it started getting dark, and she said, "Well, you don't have to go." And I said, "Well, I do." I walked over because it was decent weather. I said, "I don't want to walk in the dark because this neighborhood's starting to get iffy." So I came home, the cat and I had supper, and the cat and I sat in the recliner to watch some TV, and next thing I know, we're both sleeping. For the most part, that's our cuddles for the day, and for the most part, it's just him that falls asleep. But often I fall asleep for like 20 minutes to a half an hour. And I must have a lot of stress pent up in me, just a lot of stress, because I bit my tongue a lot, chewed on it. I had a doctor once from the old country, from Portugal or somewhere, and he was more homeopathic. And that's the kind of doctor I like. The one that uses common sense and understands why things happen instead of just shoving pills at you. And he said, "You got a lot of stress pent up." This is a while back. And he said, "When you have supper, find something, a piece of bread or something chewy, and chew on it and chew and chew and chew and chew. He says that'll get out all that frustration. Because it's like a dog. When a dog grits and growls and chews on a bone, it's getting it out, you know. You don't hold it in, you get it out. That's healthy. So, yeah, I must be full of stress. I tried singing on this collaboration. There's the karaoke version of it. I used to sing pretty well. In junior high and high school, I was in concert choir and church choir and everything. But I sing alto and tenor. It's a very low range, so singing this was kind of hard. Also, it's All I Want for Christmas Is You, and 7 years ago, tomorrow, was the last time I saw my Italian boyfriend before he passed away. He came up with leukemia, and he wouldn't let me see him anymore because he just went downhill, and he looked, according to him, he looked terrible. And he had always been very healthy and a bodybuilder and everything, and boom, it went downhill quickly. So it was kind of hard for me to sing that. But the cat meowed, and I picked him up. And the cat and I were both meowing along to the... So we'll see if any of it makes it in the final cut. I don't know. It might be too late. It was supposed to be turned in by today, and I just have not been feeling well. And this morning my computer was not cooperating, and I thought, I have bills to pay, which I pay online. I have something to do for the internet, and can't. I have a lot of sinus drainage. St. Louis area, maybe anywhere along the Mississippi River, especially probably Louisiana along the Mississippi, I would imagine is really tough on a guy's sinuses. So, yeah, never had sinus problems before moving to St. Louis. Oh well, it's sore. I guess I should gargle with salt water, swish salt water around in my mouth. That might help. Tomorrow will be the Friday, 2 days before Christmas. Woohoo! What does tomorrow bring? Not sure yet. But I'll be around, I guess. Will you? Upward and onward.